Welcome back to the shop, guys. As you saw in last week's video, after reviewing several generations of Corvettes, I revealed that I had just purchased a nice little red C6 Corvette. So in this video, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it and take a closer look. So what did you think?
I think it could use some 390 gears or maybe a supercharger.
Oh! Guys, I think that makes it official because you heard it, my better half has fully sanctioned this project. This is a 2006 C6 Corvette, and interestingly enough, it was delivered to its original owners at the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky. At least, that's what the sticker says. Underneath the hood is the LS2 V8 engine, which is 6 liters and about 400 horsepower. Now back in 2006 and 7, when it was first released, all of the automotive magazines and TV shows absolutely loved it.
For that, you get a 6-litre V8 with 400 horsepower. Now that's enough to pull up all of those trees over there and put them over there.
That is until the LS3 came out in 2008 and raised the bar considerably. So now the LS2 is kind of just known as the less desirable C6 engine. And that's perfectly fine with me because that drives the prices of LS2 powered C6s down, and that's fine because it's still a damn good motor. Now this particular specimen appears to be 100% stock, which is totally fine with me because that way you have a really good understanding of what you're starting out with, and there's less of a chance that down the road you're going to get some unwelcome surprises. In fact, after scouring the C6 pretty much from front to back, I've only been able to identify 2 modifications that are technically part of the drivetrain. The first modification that it has that I consider to be a huge plus is the CatBack Exhaust from Corsa. Now I'm not exactly sure which Corsa model it is, but it's pretty quiet until you mash the go pedal, and then it gets fairly aggressive without being obnoxious, and it has absolutely no drone. I consider it a huge plus because Corsa exhausts are probably the best known exhausts in the Corvette world. They cost about $2,000, and hopefully that translates into a previous owner who cared a lot for this C6 and took good care of it. Since we're on the topic of the exhaust system, the rest of the exhaust is completely stock. Working our way from the back to the front, we've got the stock mid-pipe, the stock H-pipe, stock catalytic converters, and of course, the stock exhaust manifolds. The other drivetrain modification is this short throw aftermarket shifter. All I can say is after driving it for a week, it's absolutely got a very short throw and it's very precise. And after I've had a chance to get used to it, I'm kind of liking it. And this is where I need your help. I'm not exactly sure which aftermarket shifter brand this is. It's got kind of a ring around the base of the knob when you pull the boot down, and that's where the boot seats. It's also got this Torx screw, which it kind of looks like the LG shifter, but it's different enough. So I'm not sure which model it is. I'm pretty sure it's not the MGW. So if you have any good ideas, please leave it in the comments below. Next, let's take a look at the condition of the body, starting with the driver's side. I've looked it over carefully and it appears to be pretty much blemish free. The rear end is in near perfect condition, and that's just fine with me. And finally, the passenger side is in equally decent condition, so I'll give the exterior about an 8.5 out of 10, with the small deduction coming from a little curb rash on the nose. Let's take a closer look at the wheels. I believe the rims are aftermarket and clearly intended to resemble what came on the C6 Z06, but in the normal width so that you can mount the smaller yet very capable 245 and 285 series tires. As soon as I saw these rims, I put another big check in the plus column for this car. I'm super picky about the rims on my vehicles, and for me, these definitely check the box. The tires are yet another big plus for this car. They are the Continental Extreme Contact Sports, which is a highly regarded max performance summer tire, and better yet, they've got a ton of tread left. So in my mind at least, the presence of this tire and rim combo frees up some cash that can be used to improve other aspects of the car. Let's talk about the caliper covers for just a second. They're not exactly my preference. I much prefer painting the actual calipers and then maintaining them and cleaning them when I wash the car. So these will be coming off. They're around $250 to $300 new, so if you're interested in them for your car, shoot me an email at the email below and I'll ship them out to you for $110, including shipping. Switching gears to the interior, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 based on all of the following items being in very good condition. Keeping in mind this is a 17-year-old car with 118,000 miles. Seats, both are in pretty darn good condition, no rips or tears, and even the driver's side bolster has some support left. Dash, no cracks or issues, no fading. Gauge cluster, no scratches or issues, everything appears to work as it should. Carpets, they appear to be in decent condition in the front, as well as in the rear. The console, there are a few blemishes for a small deduction, but no cracks or other serious damage. And the storage compartment door works as it should. Headliner, it's in decent condition, no rips or stains. And the radio has been updated with touchscreen and Bluetooth connectivity. Next, let's go ahead and talk about the exterior lighting on the C6 because one of the previous owners has changed just about all of it. Starting with the headlights, we've got yet another big plus as the stock ones tend to get a bit hazy and nasty by the time they get to this age. And lucky for me, the stock ones are long gone. A previous owner has installed these Morimoto LED headlights, which are well known in C6 circles to be excellent performers and high quality. And they also come with a high quality price tag. Now I must admit I am a little bit concerned having lighting products on my C6 that I can't pick up in an emergency at your local auto parts store, but I must admit they are ultra modern looking and they perform magnificently. So hopefully I never have an issue with them, but if I do, Morimoto has been around a long time, since 2008, and if I need a part, it's only a click away in a couple of days. A previous owner has also installed LED side markers to the front and to the rear, which add a nice modern touch. And way back here at the rear of the C6, that same previous owner must have ran out of lighting funds because these are not LEDs, but they do appear to be tinted, at least a little bit. So we'll have to look at some LEDs for the rear lights to match the rest of the car. Guys, all of the things that we evaluated today on the C6 are things that we as potential buyers should be looking at when purchasing a Corvette. I was actually quite fortunate because the seller of this C6 was fairly local and he allowed me to throw it up on my lift so that I could get a good look at the underside to look for damage that's not visible from above. The things I wanted to look at most were the front and the rear frame rails just to make sure there were no signs of previous accident damage, and as you can see, they both checked out just fine. I think that leaves just one area to investigate. We need to go on a thorough road test. And of course, by putting the C6 through its paces, I will be looking to thoroughly assess the condition of the engine. How well does the transmission shift? Will that clutch hold? Are there any fluid leaks? And a whole lot more. So be sure to come back for the next video and we'll put this thing through a rigorous test drive. Thanks for making it to the end of the video, guys. If you're one of the 82% that's not subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit that thumbs up so YouTube knows to share. But most of all, thanks for watching.